Here we want to sketch the graph of the quadratic function, identify the vertex, intercepts, and the equation for the axis of symmetry. We are given the function f of x is 10 plus 7x plus x squared. With our TI-84 calculator, when we turn it on, we have this blank screen. So then we can input our equation by clicking y equals. And we may do is press x squared plus 7x plus 10. And then we click graph. It shows up. Oh. So here was the meaning for vertex intercepts. We know the intercepts is the intersection between the graph of x-axis and y-axis. Here we have 2 points. It sounds like it's -5 and 2. How did we actually get that? You see, that's how the factoring gets into play here. We can split 10 into 2 times 5. And then by the Fourier method, we know inner product is 2x, outer product is 5x. 2x plus 5x is 7x. So this factor can be factored out in this way. And when we plug in -2 into x, we do have a -2 plus 2 is 0. It doesn't matter the second quantity end up with. In this case, it's -2 plus 5, we got 3. So 3 times 0, we have a 0 for f of x, which is value y. So then we do have a 1x is -2, y is 0. So this will give us this solution, -2, 0. Similarly, we have a value for -5. So this is how we get -5, 0 here. Those are 2 intercepts, -2, 0, -5, 0. Then how about this point? We know all the points on the x-axis with y-coordinate 0. Again, here you see second coordinate is y, which are 0. And then for this coordinate on the y-axis, that will be the first coordinate. X is 0, y is not 0. That's even easy. So if we plug in, let x be 0, we then can calculate 0 squared plus 7 times 0 plus 10. Apparently, 0 squared is 0, 7 times 10 is 0. So we have a f of 0 is actually 10, which is y. So then we have this point is 0, 10. That's the y-intercept. So we are done with this intercept thing. Now, then we got to work out on the vertex. How to find out the vertex? You know, previously, that's the easiest vertex here. This is the origin, 0, 0 is the vertex. And the y-axis is the axis of symmetry. You see this graph is symmetric with respect to the y-axis. Now, we've got to do is to find out the lowest point and where does this graph go. So we know the graph looks like that, but exactly where this vertical line is, exactly where the axis of the symmetry is. So we need algebra to find out. Here is the way. We rewrite x squared plus 7x plus 10. We leave this space empty. We need to have a complete square. So we need then to divide this middle coefficient by 2. And then we square this number, 7 over 2. We put it right here and then square it. Then the first 3 terms is going to be the complete square. You may try it. You may follow this one out. That's x plus 7 over 2 times x plus 7 over 2. You know, first product is x squared. The last product is 7 over 2 squared. And then inner product is double 7 over 2x, which is just 7x. So you can review the process I did. Because there was no 7 over 2 square here. So you have to subtract 7 over 2 squared because we cannot change the original equation, which is x squared plus 7x plus 10. We cannot change that. That's why we add this number, we have to subtract this number. But the first 3 terms gives us the complete square. Our job is to add the last 2 terms. Last 2 terms, 7 squared is 49, 2 squared is 4. So we want to add negative 49 over 4 with 10. Again, how to add an integer with a fraction? Both numerator and denominator, we know 10 is what? 10 is 10 over 1, right? If you want to write in that way, you can do is put a 1 here. Okay? So then you have a 4 upstairs, 4 downstairs. So 4 times 10 is positive 40. And here is negative 49, so you have a negative 9. Downstairs is still 4. You actually changed this expression into this expression here. Then we know the lowest point will be this value, negative 7 over 2, and then negative 9 over 4. At this place, this will be the lowest point. Negative 7 over 2 is x coordinate. 7 over 2 negative is negative 3.5. Will be right here. Again, the reason here is when you plug in negative, this value x, let me use the black ink. When you plus this number here, negative 7 over 2 here for x, you have a negative 7 over 2 plus 7 over 2 is 0. Squared is still 0, so minus 9 over 4. The final answer end up with the first quantity is 0 minus 9 over 4. You get 9 over 4, which is this node. Y-coordinate is this node. Okay? So that would be over vertex. That would be our vertex. And then, since you know the vertex, you know that's the center will be at where? Will be at x equals negative 7/2. Again, you can use what? You can use the decimal, this website, and that's even faster. You see, you have y equals m plus 7x. You want to use the smaller x, and then plus x squared. And then you can click this place. Here it gives the decimal number. Negative 3.5 is actually negative 7/2. Again, this negative 2.25 is what? Is what we get here was negative 9/4. If you use your calculator to do that, let me get this one out. If you use your use your calculator to do that, you can see second grid, and you have a negative 9 divided by, let's say, divided by 4, right? Yeah. So negative 2.25 in decimal, negative 2.25. Okay? All right. Please review this lecture. I will see you next time.